and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Beers and Bullshit. Coming back live from video, and if you are watching us on video, do not adjust your cameras. Do not blink your eyes too many times or else you will go blind, or maybe that's something else my parents told me about when I was a kid. But we have Eric/Erica joining Jace and I here on the podcast.
Proud to be here.
Yeah,
very
looking
proud.
colorful.
About a week left to be super proud about it.
Like 5 days. You got 5 days to be proud.
I'm super proud.
Yep.
But you know what? Fuck it. I'll still be proud.
Yeah,
gotta get all that pride in.
Then the companies are changing their logos back, and then it's game over.
Yep.
Exactly. I'm still an American, so I'm going to be proud no matter what.
Cool. I just realized we never changed our logo, and we haven't been canceled yet.
You know what's weird, though, is we actually support everybody all months of the year, so I don't feel like we have to commercialize and sell out.
Well, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, exactly. It seems kind of silly.
And on top of videoing this, we actually decided that we're just going to keep adding obstacles to the podcast. So we have joining the main guest actually here is going to be Kaya, Jace's cute little Pomeranian. If you don't like Pomeranians, then you can go back to hell where they brought you from. Kaya is probably the world's best dog. She's my favorite dog because I don't actually have one. So she's like my adopted dog. She's my little sister, and I love you. You're so precious, aren't you?
She's everybody's favorite, and she's hanging out with us on set today. So, Eric.
Oh, yes.
Erica, who is it today? What are we calling you?
It's kind of both. It fluctuates.
Okay. How you doing, man? Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for coming on here. Appreciate you, man. Came up from North Platte.
Yes.
That's where you live.
Platte,
What's life like down in Nebraska?
Right now, it's kind of hot and muggy.
Yes.
It's not bad, though. People say it's middle of nowhere, but no, it's right off of I-80.
Fair enough.
And gets a lot of traffic there.
North of the Platte?
No, it's actually in between, right in the crotch of the North Platte and South Platte. They meet. So it's like if you have the two cheeks
it's just Platte.
Yeah, it could be, but they want to call it North Platte.
So it's like if the Platte had a taint, that would be North Platte.
Exactly.
Okay, that's
Platte.
fair.
It's a plattation. Taintion? Am I saying that right? I don't know. I'm trying to put Platte and taint in the same thing.
Good pun, Cole. You pulled it out.
Thank you. Yeah. So, all right. Well, going on, this is Beers and Bullshit. We've already started with the bullshit, but why don't we go ahead and bring the beer into this one?
Yes.
So today, since Eric is from North Platte, he was nice enough to bring a few crowlers from a very popular brewery down there.
Yes.
Now, this brewery is called Pals. They started in 2015. They have been going about 6 years now, and they've become local favorites down there. I've had their beer multiple times. It is fantastic. We have a few other friends that are from the area, and they have brought up Pals multiple times, and they talk about it, and they rave about it. And honestly, I have yet to have a beer by them that is bad. Today, we have 3 different ones, but the first one we cracked is the Heffy. Now, this is a Hefeweizen. Did they give you any little insight on this beer at all when you ordered it, Eric, or any?
Not
Erica,
really.
Eric?
I usually go there and mind my own business. Most times when I go out, I don't look this fantastic. I like to go enjoy my beer. The whole stereotype of, well, they're at the bar, so they're looking for something good. No, this Erica likes to go to the bar and enjoy my beer.
Now,
and beer pretzels.
If you guys are listening and you do not have access to the video, just know that what we have next to us
is fantastic.
It looks like a Skittle took humanoid form, and it is absolutely magnificent.
It's wonderful.
It's got a hot pink. What is it? What are you wearing?
I don't know. I found it at one of the stores there, and it looks
I got
sexy
this.
and trashy.
Okay.
I got this.
Cole's got a good description.
I'm a smidge more cultured in this area. What we have is a fish netted shirt, tank top, bright neon
pink.
pink.
Fish netted, or is it just like slashed to look fish netted?
I don't know, but it looks very patternistic.
It's hot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. On fire right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
very much.
Yeah. If I wasn't attracted to the fair sex, I mean, actually, maybe half the time I am. Who knows?
It's hard to tell.
What's up, Erica? What you doing after this?
Drinking beer.
There's 2 couches.
There's
Yep.
Well, no, there's one couch.
There is. Well, that's
one
true.
couch and a bed.
Yes,
right?
that's
Gotcha.
true. That's true. So we got, like I said, the 3 beers. We got the Hefe, which we are trying right now, and it's really good. I'm enjoying it. I don't have Hefeweizens too often. Wheat beers are a little bit too filling for me. They I don't know, they just fill me up a lot, so I try to avoid them. That way you can have more beer and enjoy. But this one's really good. According to the website, it is fermented. It just says classic yeast. I'm not sure what kind of yeast they use, but produces notes of banana, clove, and a hint of bubble gum. That's a very odd description. I don't say I am getting any sort of bubble gum out of this. I'm definitely getting the banana. I can taste that.
Fruitiness.
Yeah, but if you guys are passing through Nebraska for any sad and unfortunate reason, and you guys want to stop by the taint of the Platte, they have Pal's Brewing Company. Fantastic, definitely worth the stop. And they got, looks like, about 12 different beers on tap. They got quite a bit.
So they do a lot of different seasonal ones too. I mean, they stay busy.
17 beers on tap. That's a lot.
Yep.
All right. So cool. What can our listeners expect today on the episode? What do we got going on?
Being that we have Eric on, a little bit of drag here. We do have a little bit of a drag race segment that we are going to be doing. We're going to be pitting a couple of different interesting race matchups here. And I mean races in the activity. We're not going to dive that deep into everything. But once again, do support Pride Month here. And then we do have a Deathmonster Deathmatch Part 3 coming at you here.
Those are always fun.
Yeah. And obviously you guys heard the kind of initial little advertisement. Once again, we just want to shout out Mike Pyle of American Family Insurance. Can't say enough good things. Fantastic. You're really the first backer to Fishing Elephant. The whole entire brand, helps us with t-shirts, home and auto insurance, life insurance, Sharknado insurance, Death Monster insurance, drag race insurance. I mean, everything you can possibly get covered.
Do they cover
Mike
Dogman?
probably only covers about 50% of it, and I'm making the others up. But just go see Mike anyways.
Mike, I'm probably going to insure my heart because you'll always have a piece of it.
There we go.
Oh.
So sentimental.
Shout out to Mike Pyle. Thank you so much for backing the show. Appreciate you. Can't say enough about you. So, starting with the drag race.
Yes. So the drag race segment, just to break it down, we are breaking down. It is going to be, I don't know, I think 100 meters is too little. So we're going to go down by each race, and I'm going to give you the distance. So in the first race, we have a 3-mile race. We have a cheetah, just a natural cheetah, versus classic controversial cartoon character Speedy Gonzalez.
All right.
Or Super Fast Johnson, whatever you prefer to.
I gotta Google Speedy Gonzalez's average speed. Like, how fast is he? Because it's we gotta look that up.
Has it been clocked?
Are you sure though? Has it been cartoon clocked? Because
you can distort a lot.
Have they been sports scienced yet?
Okay.
Ooh. Has he been tested for steroids?
Well, let's see here. So, he has been clocked. I got good news. Bad news is I am not British, so I don't. Trying to do the math of meters in my head here.
I have the miles per hour. So if he can do a 3-meter run in 3 seconds here, that means he's running a 100-meter dash in roughly 10 seconds. The world record is 9.78 seconds ran by Usain Bolt, so he's lightly faster than the average human being. So we probably should have put Speedy Gonzalez versus Usain, because a cheetah has high speeds up to about 70 miles an hour.
I have a hard time calling him Speedy Gonzalez if he's just barely faster than a human.
Yeah, but he is a mouse.
Speedy.
Okay,
He's a mouse.
I think it's safe to say Cheetah's winning. The Cheetah's probably going to eat Speedy Gonzalez.
What if we give Speedy Gonzalez halfway head start?
I don't know, man. I feel like he'd just burrow and run away.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If he's smart, he's going to burrow and run away.
So that's the cheetah is having mouse for dinner.
Because cheetahs are known for the good burst, and then they tire out real quick.
Which Speedy Gonzalez is definitely agile on top of being fast.
He keeps going.
So what if he serpentines and then the cheetah loses focus? Natural predator versus prey instinct takes over.
I'm going to introduce a new element to this race. Cocaine. It's a hell of a drug.
It is.
Oh, really? You don't think the mouse from the 70s was maybe on a little something when he talked super fast, everything was super fast? I'm just saying, from what I've heard about it, just makes everything super fast.
Oh, Cole, I am so sorry for not being cultured enough. Speedball. Speedy Gonzalez, he's going hard. He's straight speedballing it. And
is
so
that why they call him Speedy though? Maybe he's on something.
Maybe that could be it.
I think we found out why it's so offensive. His stereotype is so offensive.
Yes.
I think we just got
that's cruel.
We're cracking the nut.
We just, we just became cancel culture.
We did. Yep. Well, shit.
Damn it. No,
all right,
turn it
off.
Here.
We're done.
You can't do this. I'm here. We got a safety.
Is there a pawn shop nearby? Recoup some of this money.
Yeah. Best I can do is $25. I spent hundreds on this. $30 final offer.
Can you call in a friend, please?
Yep.
God, it's like going back to GameStop and returning your games.
Oh,
They give you,
Jesus.
Yeah.
$5 for your $65 game.
But,
And then they sell it for $35.
If you don't mind, I'm going to call in a friend of mine. He's an expert in startup used podcast equipment.
Jesus.
All right. Next on our drag race.
All right.
What do we got?
This one's going to be a standard 100-meter race
Okay.
because I don't know if their hearts can make it a lot longer. It is going to be fictional American Dad, Peter Griffin. So
Okay.
the Family Guy, not the American Dad, because Stan's actually somewhat in shape. So we got to
Yep.
pick Peter Griffin
Yes.
versus less than half of America's favorite president, Mr. Donald Trump. I said what I fucking said.
All right. I went first last time. What do you, Erica? We didn't get you too involved last time. Trump versus Peter Griffin. What are
I'm
your
going to have
thoughts?
to say that, there's some interesting factors going in. Peter Griffin is definitely shorter and fatter. But then, Donald Trump is older. And I mean, I've heard rumor. I've never had this confirmed, but I've heard rumor he wears the diapers. If he does, that's a strong if, because I have not confirmed it. I don't know what that does while you're running. And I don't know if you want to run at full speed if you got something weighing you down in the
That's
diapers.
true. That's
So-
true.
Listen. All right, I'm going to stop you right there, Erica, or Eric. Sorry, I don't believe in all this nonsense, okay? All right, fantastic. See, Peter Griffin, he's a slob. He's a scumbag. He's nobody. He works in a brewery. He's fat. He's overweight. I'm the epitome of health, Eric, okay?
Yes.
Okay, I was doing just a national fitness test. They just want to make sure their president's good. They want to make sure everything's fine, and I get it. But they said, Donald, you're faster than any president alive. I said, I know. This is just how I
He
am.
makes it
I've been
happen.
this way since the 80s. I've been this way since the 90s. I'm the fastest man alive. Usain Bolt couldn't touch this, okay?
Oof. I don't know about that. I think Usain might have you, Mr. Trump.
I got to take a
Canceled.
minute to recoup myself. That was
Or should I say
Cole. That was
wrong?
phenomenal. Now, you know what? I almost got to give the edge to Trump just because of oh my god.
Yeah, I think I'm going to pick Donald Trump on this
When you
one.
said-
I think,
faster
honestly, I do think it'd be Donald Trump because I think Peter Griffin's more of a klutz.
That's true.
And I mean, everyone screws up, but Peter Griffin's a really
If there was
big klutz.
any distraction, Peter Griffin would he'd
oh
completely
yeah,
bunny trail.
he's so
Yeah.
ADD.
Yep.
Donald Trump,
Yeah.
He's kind of scary.
Well, and let's talk about the fact that if Peter trips once, it's
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of that. And
grab the knee. He's going to milk that shit. Yeah, Donald's
Yeah.
going to just keep going. Like, I like the Don.
he's
I
gonna
like the
he's
Don.
gonna buy the rights to whatever is there, and then he's gonna cancel the whole thing.
We're
I mean-
canceling this race. It's canceled. No, it's not happening. You can blame Crooked Joe. You can blame AOC. You can blame Chief Warren. You can blame anybody. But I'm going to win this race, and that's why we're canceling it. There's just no reason to have it.
Is it un-American, Mr. Trump?
It's completely un-American. Racing, it's for other folks.
By others, who do you mean? Is it a
I'm
socialist?
talking
thing?
about the Olympians and the socialists. You know what? When they had the Olympics in Nazi Germany, okay, guess what? They ran 100 meters there. What do you think happened afterwards? Just saying.
a big war. I don't know.
I don't know.
I
Maybe
don't know.
maybe somebody should check the facts. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. Okay.
Okay, Mr. Trump,
So
but you're wrong. Wrong.
Wrong.
I think it's safe to say Trump won that one. So Trump is winning.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I'm going to say neither of them
Trump's
reached
winning
the.
this race.
Exactly.
Oh, there it was.
This is a race that he will win.
Oh my god. I'm gonna say no contest because I don't think either of them make it to the finish line unless
100
Trump
meters.
actually
That's
had
actually
a
a very
helicopter
fine
come
point.
pick him up and drop him off, which I wouldn't put it past him.
Yes.
What about 30-meter hurdles? But
I'm
the
going to go
hur-
with Trump definitely on that one. That's
I mean,
a
the
given.
dude's 6'4". Like, let's not like he's
Yeah.
legitimately tall.
He's
actually,
tall, yeah.
I didn't realize that until what was it, like 2 months ago, and I was like, holy shit. Like our buddy Forrest is 6'4". I did not realize Trump was as tall as Forrest.
Dude, Trump could dunk probably back in the day. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it
Oh,
past
yeah.
him.
No, he's a big dude.
All I'm saying is I dunked a small basketball, and if you're watching this, that is probably hard to believe, but I dunked a small basketball back in high school, so I believe that the Trumpster can get up there.
He can have his own Triple D
Yeah.
show.
Yep.
Dunk, dodge, a draft, and dive. That's 4Ds. That's 4Ds. Yep.
That's
No,
too many D's right
that
there.
is way too many Ds.
All right, so we got a cheetah in the first one, probably. No contest or Donald Trump in the second one. We're going to say Donald Trump because Eric and I went with Donald. There really wasn't a
gonna have
vote.
to say.
There wasn't a vote for Peter
I mean,
there.
we like Peter, but he's a klutz.
Gotta love that Family Guy. All right, moving on to the next one here. multiple turns on the drag race here because we have RuPaul versus him off of the Powderpuff Girls.
Did you say RuPaul?
RuPaul, yes.
Yeah,
I do
from
want to go
RuPaul's
with
Drag
RuPaul.
Race.
Oh man,
I do want to go with RuPaul here,
Now,
but I'm gonna have to really consider this.
he's the devil guy, right?
Yes.
Him, yes.
Now keep in mind that him has high heels on and has lobster claws for hands.
What the fuck? I forgot.
Yes. No, it's has a really weird, scary voice. It's
Talk about a fucked
like a
up,
demonic
scarring
voice. It's
childhood
pretty crazy.
character.
yeah,
Oh, it scarred me for sure.
yep.
Okay,
I mean, I grew up watching Ren and Stimpy. So
I forgot about this guy.
Oh,
Who came up with this? Who the hell at Cartoon was it Cartoon Network? Is that
Yep.
Power?
Yep.
Who came? Like, there needs to be an audit of people back in the 90s that were doing kids TV shows.
And I go to see my psychiatrist, and she's like, "Where did it all start?" And then like all the
It
little
does
I
that
think
like
it's all the
movie
acid and
does-
cocaine that was done in
Yeah.
the 70s when they were growing up, and their brains should have been forming like nice little children. But thanks to hippies, we had a little too much fun.
goddamn
Girls
hippies.
just want to have fun, Erica.
Girls do just want to have fun.
Yeah.
And thank you. Was that Cyndi Lauper? Who was
Yes.
that? Thank you,
Yep.
Cyndi.
Yep.
Thank you.
Shout out to Sydney Lauper, first ever celebrity to appear at WrestleMania. Fun fact.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't know
Yep. Sydney Lauper was in the corner of Hulk Hogan and Mr. T versus Roddy Piper and oh god, who was it? It wasn't Greg the Hammer Valentine. It was somebody else. But Greg the Hammer Valentine, side note, looks like every gym teacher you would ever have, female.
Oh.
If you haven't seen Greg Valentine, we're gonna throw up a photo right now, and he looks like a just intimidating gym teacher. But
Are we
yeah,
saying like Miss Man from Scary Movie 1?
yes, or
Oh my god, I forgot about
who's the one from Matilda?
the Trench Bowl?
Yeah, Miss Trenchbull.
Oh, Miss Trench Bowl. She should have been on one of the monster mashups. I bet she could probably take a Rancor.
I wouldn't put it past her. She's a world record holder in javelin.
You needed a
and
little
hammer
child
throw.
with psychic powers to take that down.
All I'm picturing
Yeah.
right now is Return of the Jedi, but the Trench Bowl sitting there and Jabba tries to drop her down into the Rancor pit, and she just goes over and just grabs the Rancor by like the back of its head and just like swings him and throws him into a wall and rips the iron bars apart.
Yes.
Just beats the shit out of all the bounty hunters.
And grabs Jabba by his little tail thing.
Yep.
And, it would have been ugly.
That would have
It's
been
very concerning that the British public school administration decided to let her run an entire school. Like, remember, she had what was it? One of those caskets with
Was
like
there no
all
teachers
of the.
there besides
males?
her?
There's no teachers shown.
There's that
So there's
one
Miss
teacher,
Honey.
though.
Yep.
There's the one
Who-
teacher that was nice to the kids.
I am still attracted to Miss Honey to this day.
She's
Hey,
sweet.
did you wear your boner pants to the show?
Yeah, good thing that the angle's cutting it off right now. 'Cause just like a flag on a non-holiday, we're flying full staff, boys.
Jesus.
Oh god, yes.
Yeah, no, that is sorry, we're bunny trailing a lot, but that's what the
Hardcore.
show is about. It's
Exactly,
beers and bullshit.
yes.
Like, how does a teacher get away with hammering 100 nails into a door and locking children in there? What did they call that thing when they got thrown in there in Matilda?
Was it the Iron,
I gotta look it up.
was it the Iron Maiden?
The
I think it
Iron
was,
Maiden?
yeah,
it
it
would have
was,
been
yep.
awesome if that.
Well, it sounds
Yep,
like,
Iron Maiden.
Okay,
It's
it
the
sounds
Iron
like an
Maiden.
Iron Maiden.
So yeah, it's pretty much a
Oh.
makeshift Iron Maiden. It is a casket with nails in it, but the traditional Iron Maiden is going to be a chamber that has nails in the back, and then it has two swinging doors that open up that have different nails and other sharp, projectiles that when you get closed up into it, well, Swiss cheese ain't the only thing that's going to have holes in it there, buddy.
Yeah.
It was called the Chokey.
The Chokey.
That's
Oh,
what they
In
call it.
Matilda.
that sounds like an irresponsible game that, middle schoolers play. Just saying.
Sounds like something else I play.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you can be proud or not ashamed of, and that's okay.
Oh, I think you
Erica did not wear her boner pants, so be careful about what you
yes,
say. Okay.
no, we're
Yep.
trying to keep this one down. It's scary. It has intimidated more than a few.
What were we on? What?
we were on RuPaul
Miss
versus
Turnbull.
him, and then we went to Nightmares.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So yeah, circling
RuPaul
back
versus
to
him. Let's go back to
RuPaul
RuPaul versus him.
him.
I'm gonna have to say RuPaul because every time I saw him on an episode, he was always like tiptoeing.
Tiptoeing.
he was
Yes.
always-
I don't recall seeing him do much other than just be an evil asshole.
Yeah.
Whereas RuPaul is pretty damn smooth at everything RuPaul.
Yeah, I
does.
love RuPaul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna pick RuPaul on this one.
All right.
Yep. RuPaul's just that smooth.
There we go.
All right, moving on to the next drag race, boys. Let's get political. We're gonna do arch rivals, arch nemesis. I want this to be a celebrity death match at some point, but we have a drag race instead. We have Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC, versus Marjorie Taylor Greene. Who wins that race? And by the way, it was on Twitter today. AOC said that she's actually taller than Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh, it's officially
It's
started.
that petty?
Oh,
Wow.
it's that
It's
petty.
that petty.
And they're like polar opposites. Right?
They are.
This is like,
One's a major
Yeah.
commie socialist. The other one is a huge QAnoner,
Yeah.
correct?
yeah, it's like
Oh,
if you went to a
jeez.
job fair and at one end you had Hobby Lobby and the other end you had Starbucks and they were just staring. They were just staring at each other. That's exactly what this is like.
I will say, though, the Hobby Lobby is a lot more crafty.
Man, this one I'm going to give the edge to AOC just because of youth.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Marjorie Taylor Greene seems like she'd be walking around, and I guess AOC seems like a high heels type of girl too. I don't know.
Yo,
I'm gonna-
AOC got
But
them calves,
AOC's
though, I bet.
not traditional. So maybe there is no high heels there.
Maybe.
She's very,
Yeah.
very modern,
Mm-hmm.
super proud.
She wear flats.
Yep.
I can
And
see
white
her
people are
flats.
slower.
Yeah, hands down.
Yep.
That was
Yep.
my point.
There
I was
we
gonna
go.
bring up.
Yep.
I'm like,
White
AOC
people are
wins
slower.
for one.
Yeah.
Grace
AOC
just
wins.
got
Yep.
rich.
She's not white.
It did.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Listen,
she
that
is
is-
younger. She is younger.
Listen, I'm white. I can say those things. Okay.
It's true.
My best friend's white.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I went to high school with a white guy once, so I think
Really?
I have the W pass,
Okay.
or is it the C pass? Because our bad word is cracker.
Yeah.
It's called a CPAP.
The C pass.
Is that why white people are cheesy?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
super cheese.
Oh,
If you haven't noticed from this podcast.
Okay. I wouldn't know. I'm rainbow colored. That's my race.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
I'm like a unicorn.
Yep.
Or
Yep.
Nike
Just,
logo in June.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Why is it just June, though? Why can't it be year?
I am literally just waiting for a fucking 2 foot tall cartoon leprechaun to kick down that door, point at Eric, and say, "There's me Lucky Charms."
Well, you know
There
what?
she is.
No. And no means no, Mr. Leprechaun.
Yeah. Isn't he usually running though? He doesn't seem like much of the aggressor. He's more of a possessive compulsive person.
Yeah.
I don't think
Like all
he's.
leprechauns?
I don't think he's so much of a fighter because in Rick and Morty he got torn to shreds by 2 kids.
That's true.
That's very true.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Was he
Just saying.
the
That's also in
imagination
Family
land
Guy.
leprechaun?
Did
do
he
you
get
think?
eaten alive by the kids in Family Guy?
I believe so. Yep.
Horrible.
So
That was the moment I just remembered that. Oh my god.
oh god, my entrails, they're outside my
And those
body.
kids had like the very just that face that Randy had on South Park when he was murdering Pooh for President Jinping Pong Pooh. And
Spoiler alert. Some of us have not seen those episodes yet.
Oh,
Okay.
you need to see the
Go watch
pandemic
this.
special and then the
I've seen
vaccination
that.
special.
We've seen
okay,
the
I've seen the
pandemic and
vaccination special. I haven't seen the
vaccination.
pandemic one. I kind of went like isolationist and
Yeah.
started drawing my own comics.
You know,
over
I
the
didn't think it
last
was
summer.
very good. I didn't like the pandemic one. I liked the vaccination one though. That one was better than the pandemic one.
So they rounded him up like a piggy, right?
Yes.
Yeah. See, I'm a South Park fanboy. I have
Oh,
seen
big
the
time.
entire show probably. I would not shit you all 24 seasons, 15 to 20 times a piece. Like
It's
each episode,
fantastic.
at least.
I was gonna
each
say I've
episode.
always been
I
king
mean-
of the hill in South Park. That's
The thing that
mid for
the
me.
thing that makes me sad about South Park is you can just see the slow degradation of the show over time.
I do think it's gotten a little bit
Fucking
better.
Excuse you, sir.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's gotten a little bit better here towards the end, but I think you can see the frustration for sure.
Yeah.
'Cause
See,
I think the whole hashtag cancel South Park is them literally going, "We are sick of you assholes not waking the fuck up from your crazy shit."
I think my biggest thing is South Park. All my favorite episodes were original ones. So
The old school,
they've
non-linear.
you can tell
Yep.
that they have ran out of ideas, and that
That's why
they're
they
just
commenting more and
and
more
that they're
on
just
like,
using
infrequent things.
exactly what's going on in modern life and throwing it into South Park
Constantly.
instead of actually coming up with original stories.
And they've always done that, but yeah, it's a lot more linear, and each episode molds into the next, and
Yeah.
it has changed. That is a big,
Like-
big difference. Is back then it was just an episode was its own wacky story.
Yeah.
and then
No, that's what I like. I love
they
the wacky
occasionally
stories.
had a double
They're great.
episode or a triple episode.
Yes.
And those times they first did the triple episodes, though, is when they started getting like what was it, the Critter Christmas?
Yep.
They got a huge award for that, right? And like, or it's like a Grammy or some shit.
They won some sort of award.
They won an
from
award
it.
for it, and maybe that's why they've kind of went there, is because they've covered a lot of weird shit, and they're like, well, things just keep going down the same fucked up spiral, and we're gonna keep mocking you for doing it.
Yeah.
See, I think South Park's always had that political commentary and that social commentary over everything. I think now they're just probably blending more into storyline and less on, and they throw everything in there because you still see a lot of things that are, very front and center as far as news stories go along. But I think they're putting more of a storyline to it. And to be honest, I appreciate the evolution of the show. I do.
Yeah. I do.
I appreciate
I can
the
see where
evolution,
any fan would
but
go either way, but I really love the South Park.
I think
guys.
they've done a good job evolving. They've lost their originality, and that's what I miss. That's what I miss.
Still South Park, but it's a little different.
What do you expect after 24 seasons? Come on, give the guys a break.
They should have stopped.
No, keep going.
Jace, it could be like that priest was saying, like,
Speaking
I
of-
really liked Jace back when he was a kid. He's still Jace, but he's just not as the same Jace that I expected.
This Jace does suck. Yes, I admit it. Yep, kid
It's
Jace.
the frosted tips.
It's true. That's where it all went downhill. I got rid of the frosted tips. Back in my rapping years, rocking my glasses, my frizzled hair. Yeah, younger Jace was pretty
Younger
cool
Jace
cat.
fucked.
He was a cool cat and kitten. I'll just put it that way. All right.
Do not ever fucking
was a
say
nice,
that on
cool
the show again. On God, you make another Carol Baskin reference. You're kicked off, and it's me and Andrew from now on, all right?
Jace,
We do not support that woman on this show. We will support everything else. I do not support fucking simps, and I do not support Carol fucking Baskins,
Carol
all right?
fucking that bitch Carol Baskins.
Yeah, fucking bitch Carol Baskins.
just so I want to know, who the fuck's Carol Baskins? I'm sorry I'm digging this one up, but
Tiger King?
Oh, jeez!
Yeah, the chick from
The
Tiger
crazy
King.
hippie chick.
Yes.
Oh!
They killed her husband. They whacked him.
Oh, God.
You can't convince me
She's
that
the
it didn't happen.
crazy hippie chick that owned the other rival
Yes.
tiger commune
Yes.
thing. That was supposed to be a sanctuary for tigers, but she was whoring it out just like the other guys.
Yep.
She just wasn't breeding them.
Yep.
She's probably breeding them.
Okay, I just want to say, though, like, on that note, you're against them breeding, but I did watch that 2 Jurassic Park / Worlds ago,
Yeah.
where he flat out tells you got to get in the mind of what the animal wants.
Yep.
You got to give them that range, that naturalish environment, what makes them drive to go, kill things to eat or find their things to eat. And of course, that little bit where they like to do the naughty.
Yes.
And you're kind of depriving them of doing the naughty, lady. That's messed up.
Yeah, what do you think when
It's
you
just
get a
not
fucking,
right.
sexually repressed velociraptors in a
Oh,
circle?
I mean, that really should have been.
You get a
the
Columbine,
story.
but at a zoo.
That should have been Jurassic World. Sexually repressed velociraptors.
Oh, Jesus.
And them just
Cards Against Humanity, if you're
like
listening.
they had the two exhibit, they had the 2 pens and they put all the males in one and all the females in the other, and they're just all raging because none of them are fixed, and so they just go on a tear and a rampage and they escape.
It's bad.
Yep.
It's like when you put again, back to King of the Hill here. It's like that episode when they Dale kidnaps Hank's dog because she's in heat and he needs to go find that guy in the bounty who's pent up. He's got a shit ton of Rottweilers. He just parks his van somewhere with that dog in there and flaps air around her booty, and all those dogs come barking and they get close to the van like, oh, what were we doing? And dude, that would piss. And then eventually we'll start fighting each other if they sit there long enough.
Just imagining a bunch of just pent up velociraptors going around just humping things. Like instead of attacking and killing people, they're just humping people's legs.
Just turn to violence instead. Though.
Yep.
I mean,
it's gonna turn to
It very well
violence.
could. Yep.
Do they bite their mate's neck like a horse?
I don't know.
Because that would really hurt. I mean, velociraptors, they're not huge, but imagine like a bunch of turkeys that
How
are
do
more
you know?
hardcore. I've seen the fossils.
okay,
And just in case you're staying out there QAnoners or, fellow people like the QAnoners, no, dinosaurs were real. In case you don't know, there's a conspiracy out there, and it's tied heavily with the flat earthers.
that's because dinosaurs weren't in the Bible.
Yes, that's why.
Because could you imagine before Adam and Eve, there were velociraptors and Tyrannosaurus Rexes, but then God said, "Fuck that plan. These bitches are scary. I need to go
I don't want these
smaller."
motherfuckers being my followers. They're stupid assholes.
That's why. Did you hear they found a side note here? We're not doing weird news of the week, but they did find a skull of what is possibly now a 4th human subspecies, or as far as like
that's
humanoid
awesome.
type being. And they're nicknaming it the dragon skull because it has a severely flattened in, very dense forehead.
Is it kind of like that dude off of Star Trek?
Yes, yeah, kind of like that dude off of Star Trek. Yep.
I don't know his name.
That's pretty cool.
We're
That's
Star
pretty
Wars
cool.
fans here, so
Yeah. You
Old
keep
school
that
Star
T-
Wars.
Keep that T word to yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
yeah. Listen, we will swear everything on this show.
Hold
but
on.
I'm sorry for using the T
Is
word.
Trekkie considered a slur to the
Yes.
nerds?
Yes.
To those
Do the
fucking
Star
nerds,
Trek
yeah.
fans
Yeah.
consider that a slur?
I don't really care.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Okay,
Fuck 'em.
just wanted to know. I don't care either, but I like to know things.
Speaking of nerds and ancient species, it is time to move on to our next beer, but I obviously cannot leave the table to do so because we're in the middle of an episode. So I'm going to call on my Botswalian cave troll
Oh,
to help us out and assist us. Thank you.
I thought he was Serbian.
He's got a little bit of Serbian in him too. Yeah. Guess it all depends.
He's actually a very
Thank
good,
you.
good
Thank
blend
you.
of European.
Do we
wines.
want to do the Weizenbach or the IPA?
I went to high school with the kid with the last name Weizenbach.
Let's go with the Weizenbach because I'm a huge fan of the
Okay.
Weizenbach.
So
I like the IPA too, but like I usually get 2 beers of these in there, and I'm pretty fucked up.
There we go. Also, I want to say on the first Hefeweizen, my favorite ever beer name is a Hefeweizen, and it's Weinstefaner. It took me so long to fucking finally learn how to pronounce it because it's like 17 letters long. It's a Jeopardy word.
What is
It's a Weinstefaner.
wines?
It's a Belgian Hefeweizen.
Claude.
To the Germans, all
Yeah.
those
My
Germanic
life.
languages, more German-like. They have some super long names
Yeah,
sometimes.
it's long, hard, and
think-
complicated.
Yeah. I think the longest word in the world is a German one. I think it's like 29 or 37 characters. It's ridiculous.
You understand why Germans are so pissed off is because they got to say a million fucking letters and words all the time just to
Yeah.
get the point across.
Yep.
And here in America, we just shorten shit down.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It just sounds like
America 2, Germany 0. What's up, bitch? Actually, 3-0. So, not counting Olympics, but just counting World Wars and that one diss there.
Yep.
and shotguns.
There's actually a lot of wins we have over Germany.
Yeah,
Yep.
there is.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, I would say German pride. I mean, I was born American, but I have a lot of ancestry over there. But I'm pretty sure the Germans. The reason I have German is
They
because
left for a reason.
they raped all my other ancestors. There's Polish in there. I mean, they've gone everywhere. They're not.
They've been everywhere.
They've been
man.
everywhere.
So there's actually an interesting theory. We were just talking about this at dinner the other night with a good buddy of mine. And on Ancestry DNA, you can obviously do your DNA profile and everything. And there's a big theory that one of the highest, I don't want to say race mixing because that sounds racist, but as far as like mixing up different DNA profiles, as far as like Eastern and Western European, Northern European, and different times, is actually going to be during the Rhineland occupation by Poland. So when after World War I, Germany lost the Rhineland to Poland, and it's essentially that on top of German immigrants living there with like Polish immigrants, there was a lot of other people who came there during that time, and that's where you see a lot of people with like German ancestry who have come over to the U.S. Like if their family came in like the 40s, 50s, and 60s, there was a lot of DNA mixing from different areas of the world during that time. So fun side note fact there.
We all learned something today. Thank
I
you.
did.
Thank you,
Side,
Glenn.
side note, I've heard. I guess I haven't really proved it, but I've heard that Brazil has a whole bunch of good intermingling between different races.
I can believe
Just 'cause
that
they
being
have
the
Spaniards, Portuguese, the locals, and it's a big area, so there's a lot of different locals to go through. And yeah, that'd be.
I've only heard of their wax really. So
I've only heard of the butt implants and the wax jobs.
Yep.
Yes.
so shout out Brazil.
Shout out Brazil. You're doing make yourself known.
No free promotion.
Be proud.
It is true.
Alrighty. Well, after those monstrous little side tangents there, we are going to move on to Death Monster Deathmatch.
Ooh.
All right.
So here we go on the third installment of Death Monster Deathmatch. It's pretty plain and simple. Who beats who in a death match? First coming up, we have a Rancor from the Star Wars universe versus a Golem, which is a traditional monstrous figure of
Earth figure.
infinite earth
Yep.
figure that is made out of dirt, clay, rock, and everything,
Yes.
traditionally from the Jewish heritage. So, imagining the Golem is roughly the same size, or maybe a little bit smaller than a Rancor.
Let's make it equalish.
Yeah, equal-ish.
equal-ish.
I'd say if a Rancor is 30 to 35 feet, I'd say a Golem's 20 feet.
Okay.
So that's fair.
Fair enough.
I mean,
That's
I've
fair.
seen small dogs mess up big dogs before.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
And I mean, if you're made of solid earth and clay, you can take a fucking hit.
yeah. So, I mean, who wins in that fight? A Rancor? Because a Rancor's bigger. A Golem, just kind of depending on, my biggest thing is probably I'd look at Supernatural. There's a Golem in there who is 10 foot tall,
Yes.
and he's pretty damn monstrous. Obviously, I don't think IQ is a big factor here on
Yes.
either part. But who wins?
I'm going to go with Golem.
Well, and we need to clarify, not the Pokemon.
Not the Pokemon.
We gotta let our fans know.
And
it
not-
is not a rock with
it's,
two
it's
arms.
not the correct pronunciation, but Gollum from Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
No,
Yep.
we're not talking about Gollum or the Pokemon Golem. No, we're talking about the Jewish summoning creature.
Yes.
So the one from Lord of the Rings.
No, not that one, Jace. I'm going to go back with the Golem. The Golem.
The Golem.
The Golem. I'm going with the Golem.
The Golem. Okay, so there we go. Yep.
We saw that the Rancor was killed with an iron gate, right?
Rancor. Get your shit together.
Hey, I'm not a huge Star Wars nerd, but I do love Star
Wars. Did he just call it Star Force?
Star Wars.
Listen, I haven't started the Star Force yet. It's coming after the Space Force. We have to hit space before we hit the stars. Everybody knows that.
You know, that's true. That is not wrong.
Oh my God. I am dead. Cole, that was
good.
God, that was beautiful.
I'm gonna go with the Rancor here because what I'm thinking from Rancor is I'm thinking Knights of the Old Republic, monstrous, open world, and once again, while a Golem was killed with an iron gate.
No.
The Rancor was killed with an iron gate. I don't think the Golem has the mental aptitude to out-finagle a Rancor.
But it's just rock hard, and it just kills. It does what it's told.
Yeah, until it hits a fucking wall.
It doesn't need the lotion on its skin to do what it's told. It's a Golem.
Are you telling? Well, maybe a hose would actually work in the Rancor.
That's the
favor.
thing, though, is if the Rancor had a hose,
Mm-hmm.
not only could he wrap it up with the hose, but then spray it right.
Rock types are weak to water.
That's true.
Yes, we've learned. Not to talk about the Golem from Pokemon, but this is something we learned from Pokemon, is rock types are notoriously... The Grand Canyon was carved by a stream. So
water works. Water
fucks,
is.
All right?
I
mean, this is how Bruce Lee modeled his movement, was he just imagining being fluid as water. So if that Rancor has access to water, that Golem is fucked. And you know what? If they fought in water, then it's definitely the Rancor. Definitely.
Well, duh, because I don't care how much clay and mud and dirt you are. Water's water.
And it's not like it needs to breathe, but it's just going to sink and get stuck. Whereas Rancor can probably, float a little bit.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Rancor.
It might be Rancor.
Well, I don't know. I was going to go with the
Golem. It's 50-50
Golem.
for me, and I really want to go with the Golem because, it's rock hard, but, I think the Rancor in desperation could think more because the Golem is... Oh! Dun, 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 dun.
You son of a
Rancor,
bitch.
you surf!
Oh, man.
Yes. On a real note, I'm going Golem because here's the way I'm looking at it. Even if there was somebody, half a foot shorter than me, if they were made out of solid rock, they would kick my ass, and that's really all it's
like a
if
pit
my
bull
wife
versus
was
a
made out of
greyhound.
solid rock, she'd
kick your ass regardless.
That's exactly. Yep. Thank you, Cole. I was going to say, actually, yeah, she'd kick my ass regardless.
That's a terrible explanation.
If she was made out of solid rock,
if you kick him in the balls
over.
first, then the ass is exposed, and you can just go open season. Because they usually go to the fetal position, and that's when you're just left even more vulnerable for an ass kicking.
All right, so Rancor it is. Sorry, Jace, we outvoted you. Second,
Fair enough.
It might be a tie.
Death Monster Deathmatch. We're going a couple of traditional movie monsters, boys. Ash chooses Jaws from the movie Jaws and the Anaconda from the Anaconda movies because I'm just going to wrap them all into one. I know they all get killed in the end, but the Jaws family versus the Anaconda family.
Okay.
Question.
What you got?
Where is the fight taking place? It has to be in the water because the shark, correct?
It has to be water adjacent in the Anaconda. So, yeah, I'm going to say because in Anaconda, the Blood Diamond, they are off the African coast by the Amazon.
Really?
So we're going to say that coastal area to where the Anaconda maybe could draw the shark in.
Okay.
But also at the same time, you could be in very deep open water as well.
Yes. I'm going to say depending on the environment, I've seen what those big pythons can do to alligators. But if it's in a deeper open water, I think the shark has the advantage. But
not any shark. Not just any shark.
Any shark. But the Jaws shark.
The Jaws.
Yes.
The Jaws family.
The Jaws himself.
Because what is it? In Jaws 2, they're like, oh my God, it's this kid. And I'm like, how the fuck do you know that?
I mean, just to be clear, are we talking about Jaws or are we talking about Santa Jaws?
Oh shit, we didn't throw Santa Jaws in there.
We didn't.
Please explain Santa Jaws.
Santa Jaws is
and of course me.
It is a. I won't even say B class movie. It's like C class movie that you can get on Amazon Prime.
You can pass with C's.
It's a free. I think it's a free movie on Amazon Prime. We didn't watch it. We just saw the cover. All we needed to see was the cover photo. But Santa Jaws is that's a movie.
He sees you when you're swimming. He knows when there's a wake. He doesn't care if you've been bad or good. He's going to eat you for goodness sake. Hey, Santa Jaws, Santa Jaws. Oh my God, my leg. What's down there? There's a stump down there. I gotta get away. Hey, Santa Jaws, he's gonna slay.
Now, if you have like AIDS or you're on chemo, is Jaws gonna really enjoy eating you?
If you what?
If you have AIDS or you're on chemo, is Jaws really gonna enjoy eating you?
That's a slow death versus a long death.
It is.
I mean, it's kind of like if you have like old meat in the fridge. I imagine that's what a chemo.
Or like eating a McDonald's burger that's just pumped full with chemicals.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I'm just saying.
I'm just guessing.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Because I know for a fact, I know that mosquitoes and bed bugs will go after certain people more than others. So I'm just wondering here if you have a natural defense, even when you're immunosuppressed.
All I'm thinking of is Jimmy Buffett from South Park singing AIDS Burger in Paradise.
AIDS Burger in Paradise. Yeah.
AIDS Burger, and it ain't nice.
But,
is that what he said next?
Yep.
He's hinting into there that maybe you have a natural immunity while you're in immunities.
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
Okay, but
anyways,
back to the fight.
Back to the damn fight.
Fight.
I have to go with Anaconda because, like you said, I have seen, just
Those
regular
videos,
pythons fuck up
They're fucking dead.
alligators, crocodiles. Snakes eat very large creatures,
Yes.
but that anaconda, he's not just an that is a demon snake from hell.
That's true, and that's an abnormally large anaconda, and they're already pretty fucking huge.
So at the end of that movie, when that building,
But how big is Jaws? Like from the Jaws movie?
25 to 35 feet.
25 or 35 feet?
Yep.
And we're talking the average anaconda is around that length
27
too,
feet.
but we're saying the one from that movie is like 100 feet, correct?
Oh, I wouldn't even say 100 feet. I'd say it's probably
70.
40 to 50 feet.
Okay.
It's big,
It's still big.
but it's a demon snake. Like that thing blew up in a building, was on
So
fire,
we're talking
fell
about
down.
a
and
really
then
large shark versus demon snake.
Yes.
Demon snake.
Yeah. Because that snake, after being exploded, I mean, is that the proper way to say it? He still popped up out of the water. It's like, "Roar!" Like he was ready to go, man.
Yeah.
He was still getting after it. That snake is fucked up. And it haunted me as a child.
I think because of the agility, I'm going to have to also stick with Anaconda.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing.
The
is like,
wiriness.
even in open water, an anaconda is still extremely agile and very movable as far as like
That's
side
true.
to side,
No,
up
snakes
and down.
are very. They're swift.
Yeah.
They're swift. They're flexible.
I guess.
And I can say, as a wrestler back in the day, I hated working out,
Wrestler.
but I was super flexible and I had great endurance, and I loved wrestling beefcakes because they just had no endurance.
I think it's really going to boil down to is if Jaws has Jennifer Lopez and Ice Cube on his side. I mean, that's a dynamic
That was
duo
not
right
the
there.
original part of the thing, but that's fair to put in there because I throw in a lot of ifs, ands, and buts.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so Jennifer Lopez and Ice Cube versus God, who would even kill Jaws? The Chief.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The
Versus
chief
and
and that
kids?
other crazy dude and the police officer guy. Yeah, the police officer, the chief, the scientist. It was the scientist, right? Because
Yes.
there's three of them, and the crazy old boatman.
Well, because
Fisherman.
if you actually watch the entire Jaws series, it's about Jaws' vendetta with really one family.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, so
So this could be a demon shark.
So in the first two movies, he attacks the chief, Roy,
My God.
whatever his fucking name is, and then in the third one, his son Michael is working in the aquarium where Jaws gets into, and then in the fourth one, Michael's living in Hawaii, and Jaws goes down there and just
How the
keeps
fuck
fucking
does
with
it get
Michael.
into the aquarium? Did they fish it out and put it in there, or did
there
it
was-
sneak its way in?
It was seaside, and essentially one of the seaport doors, like
They
under
opened
the water.
it, probably to circulate.
Oh, I
shit.
thought it was when the Japanese invaded to get their revenge on dolphin and whale.
Oh, dolphin? Oh, whale?
Yes, that could have been it.
I love the South Park references, boys. So I think, but we all get Anaconda here.
Or it could be shape-shifting pedophiles from outer space.
Could
as
be.
Miss Green
Yes.
says.
Is that going to be your next comic?
Or it could be the evil millionaire billionaires that AOC says because they just like to be entertained.
What if they're the same person? Shape-shifting billionaire pedophiles.
My God.
I think they might be.
I'm just saying,
You
I
might
think
be onto
that's
something.
And that's actually a part of the QAnon thing is
just letting you know
the
because
Illuminati's.
Because I just said that, we're not making it out of the door this
Yep.
episode. This is not getting posted. We're done.
Just so
My
you
phone
know,
just went
guys,
off.
everyone who's listening and owns
FBI,
watch
shut this shit
lists,
off right
we
now.
don't believe in QAnon and we're not socialists.
But Hillary Clinton did just text me a couple of skull emojis. So
I hope not. Were they candy skulls?
no,
Oh. Damn.
no, no.
Okay.
Triple time for the 3 skulls of death that I just got. Just saying.
Yeah, that's not good.
All right, Hillary Clinton versus Anaconda. I still pick Hillary
Clinton.
though.
Oh, that's undeniable.
Yep,
Hillary Clinton.
yep.
She's-
Yeah, because the Anaconda
She's
hung
the
itself.
ultimatum.
Yeah, it hung itself.
I don't know how it wrapped its own body around its own neck. Beats me.
The
Yeah.
guards just stepped away for a quick snack. I don't know what happened.
And then, like, the shark was found with, it committed suicide by shooting itself twice in the chest and once in the head.
And then blowing itself up. Don't forget
Yeah.
about that.
Yes.
Self-loathing sharks, man, and self-loathing anacondas. What is this world coming to? Save our animals. Donate money to PETA today. Just kidding. Fuck that organization.
Oh, God.
But talking about killing animals, we're going to
Ah.
move on to our final Death Monster Deathmatch. We have a couple of gods, gentlemen. We have Cthulhu
Yes.
versus Godzilla.
Yes.
All right.
You talk about an ultimate, like this is the main event bout for the World Heavyweight
This
Championship
is-
of Death Monsters.
That's, yeah.
The great
Initially,
old one
I do
himself.
want to go for Cthulhu, even though I
Yeah.
like Godzilla more. But I want to hear all the routes of both sides because I think it's worthy. Godzilla is very crafty and survivable, but Cthulhu has all kinds of evil, dark magic. And he's got a legion of weird fishling things. So if it's in the water, Cthulhu has that advantage. It can just summon open that portal to hell wherever the fuck it comes from. But if it's on land, I think Godzilla has a more fair chance at this.
What about Godzilla with King Kong as a side?
Now
rider?
that is
There we go.
That's like trying to fight Macho Man and the Hulk at the same time.
Dude, that's a movie I want to see. Like, I'm not even joking. That would be awesome.
King Kong and Godzilla versus Cthulhu.
That would be
Oh
fantastic.
I mean, they're teammates now after the last Godzilla versus Kong movie.
yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
I've heard.
All right,
Yeah, I don't
Hollywood.
know. I feel like the dark magic. I feel like
Dark magic is
Cthulhu-
what really scares me. There.
Like I understand
think-
Godzilla has
yeah.
he has radioactive
All
powers.
that.
He can shoot the. He's basically as close to
this
a.
might also come down
Blue
to
Eyes White
specific
Dragon as we can
locations
get.
of where the fight is, because it's just like in the newest Pokemon gen. If you have all those weather conditions going, you have a strong advantage on the battlefield. If it's raining and you're a water or electric type, you're gonna kick some ass.
So randomized here out of 10 fights, I think Cthulhu wins 6 of them.
Yes, yeah, most of the time.
I'd give
I think
him
Cthulhu
7.
gets-
I'd give him
Okay,
7.
so
lucky
Cthulhu?
number 7. He gets
Yeah.
lucky on that 7th. Yes.
Gotcha.
And then,
All right.
yeah, I hate to say it. I mean, I love Godzilla, but I think Cthulhu is just that much of a bastard, and he's that evil. He fights unfair.
Yes.
Godzilla has that moment like, "Oh, I could kill you, Kong.
Like Cthulhu.
I could finish you for good, but
Yeah.
you're fucked up. I'm walking away."
Cthulhu could warp Godzilla into another dimension if he wanted to.
Oh,
I mean, if
we
he
didn't
really
even
wanted
consider
to.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he can. Hyperdimensional travel.
Oh
Yep.
my god,
Yeah, I don't even think that's
he's an
fair.
ancient god. He's an ancient godly.
Yeah.
Ancient one.
Yep,
But,
the
all
great
right.
old one.
Hold on. What about Godzilla's like hyper beam ability?
That's very question. I mean, but again, if he's got that portal thing, he can just open
Mhm.
that portal, and it's like on the game. Oh god, is it Portal the Half-Life subgenre?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, where he just opens up the beam and it shoots through, and then he closes it. Or like, what's his name? Madara Uchiha off of Naruto. He just does some portal shit and it goes through and disappears to another realm, and fuck all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say Cthulhu
I
wins
think
this
Cthulhu
fight.
wins.
I think that
Yeah.
disqualifies Cthulhu
Yep.
because, that's his fault that he is outside of the fighting circle.
And it may disqualify him, but again, Cthulhu doesn't play by the rules, and that's why he will win.
You know what? As long as we can all
Never a
agree
fair
on one
fight.
thing, boys. Godzilla beat Kong.
Yeah, hands down.
Yes.
Yes. Yep. Thank you.
Oh,
that's
easily.
what matters
Easily.
here.
Sorry,
Easily Godzilla is much more of a monster than King Kong.
Yes.
King Kong had to have every advantage on his side. Seriously.
Now, I did not watch the last one, but I thought I heard they had to do resuscitation.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
If you have to be resuscitated, you lost the fight. I'm sorry.
I also got to say, though, in the movie previous, didn't Godzilla get resuscitated by, like, a radiation bomb thingy?
I think he just got awoken.
He retreated back to his lair and kind of, like, wussed out for a little bit to recover.
Yeah.
But then that guy went there and sacrificed himself, and I thought it was kind of racist that the Japanese guy did a suicide mission.
It's called seppuku, you uncultured swine.
I know it's seppuku. I know.
Yeah, why don't you go
But
videotape it
seppuku
like Logan
doesn't
Paul, you
se-
piece of shit?
Doesn't seppuku involve a knife?
I mean, maybe.
Actually, traditional samurai katana, by the way.
And he was off.
Is it katana or tanto? The little
I
dagger.
don't know. We're apparently appropriating culture. So big.
Oh, ouch, ouch! No matter what, it hurts. And no matter what, I thought that scene was a little odd.
He was off.
I was a
screen,
little
so we
offended,
don't know
but
what he did.
I try not to be too offended. I try to be strong. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Cthulhu. Whether it's a clean fight or a dirty fight, I think Cthulhu's gonna win.
I agree.
If it's if they're both robbed of like magical powers and it's just a flat out melee, I think Godzilla has a decent chance. Does Cthulhu have just tentacles on his face or on his arms? Because he's got arms.
It's on his face.
It's on his face. Yeah. That would be menacing. But if he had like tentacle arms all over, oh fuck, Godzilla's got no chance. But that's not the situation.
He kind of reminds me
He
of
doesn't have
Davy
wings.
Jones from the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Yeah.
Like, did they use Cthulhu to inspire his character, do you think?
Oh.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Cthulhu was a direct inspiration for him.
Okay.
Oh, really? Okay.
I believe so. Yeah, I think I read that
Did they
somewhere
admit it?
in an interview. I don't have a source. I don't have any knowledge. I could just be pulling this out of my ass.
But
right
that
now.
was like a more, what is it? More than a 20% change or something on art, so you can do it as a whatever.
I don't know. All I could think about that
Copyright
entire
shit.
time was, honestly, this speaks to how fucked up my brain is. I bet you Davy Jones eats pussy better than anybody else in the Pirates of the Caribbean universe. Think about that. He's got like 8 different ways you can just fuck around down there. I mean,
He's gently tickling the thighs.
yep.
If they're into the backdoor play, he's doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
He's gonna retract from any angle, and he's like doing like the little what do they call them? The chopstick maneuver right on the clit.
Yep, exactly.
He's got it all. And realistically, I think Cthulhu could also give one hell of a blowjob.
And he already smells like fish.
Oh God!
Yeah, it's actually Davy Jones lock her, all right? Like locking the legs around the head because
Oh man,
getting down.
And that's where everybody turned off the podcast.
Yeah, and that's where we actually get canceled. So, ladies and gentlemen, with
That's
Cthulhu winning,
oh man,
we're going to cut it right there because I think that's a hell of a point to
Yeah.
end off on.
No, that was a good episode, boys. That was fun.
All right.
Eric, thank you for coming on.
I'm very proud to be here. Yes.
I'm glad.
Yes.
Now, you're going back to Nebraska. You do make multiple trips up. We're going to have you on the podcast
Yes.
more often.
I love the Black Hills. It's
You've
wonderful.
talked about moving back up here. Is that still in the works?
Yeah, I'm hoping. God, I'm hoping the end of the year.
Yeah,
I
awesome.
got some stuff to do, and then I know we're gonna do a big family vacation at the end of the year. And,
Great.
God, I hope it's the other year. I don't want to do another. I don't hate Nebraska. I just love the Black Hills.
Yeah.
They're wonderful.
Understandable. Yeah.
Well, yeah, Eric, thank you for coming on the podcast.
Absolutely, it's been
Yeah.
a great time.
We appreciate it. We'll have to throw you some Beers and Bowl merchandise for you to cut holes in and finagle in your own way. That way Erica feels comfortable in it as
Damn
well.
right.
Women's t-shirts will be coming on the next order. That is my biggest complaint is half of our t-shirt orders have been from females, and this isn't very form-fitting for females
Yes.
because they don't got the broad shoulders.
They don't, and I do want to say, wearing what you might say is ladies' clothing, they're usually a lot more comfortable than the dudes, and we need to make more clothing that's comfortable in
Oh, yeah.
general.
Mhm.
So
Normalize men's leggings.
I'm gonna go ahead and say they are a lot more comfy than they look,
They are.
and they offer support.
They do.
So I mean, sacrifice your machismo for a second and
Yeah.
realize you got comfort, you got support. That's 2 pluses against the minus of looking like a wuss. And really, if you're an American, you should be proud. And if it's during Pride Month, that's like double pride. That's like being an electric water type Pokemon while it's raining.
On that note, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it has almost been an hour since I've consumed Taco Bell, which means my bell is tolling and we are going to have to get going. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, we appreciate every one of you. Beers and bullshit, we are out.
We
Cheers.
are out.